the corner meme who's selling cheaper, the one of $1, bring them and say, Meme, can I empower you this way? You have an obligation. We've poured into you. I was telling the conja that he has milked me so dry that now I actually have just feta cheese. There's no more milk because the conja is a menti galore. All his airtime was spent on me for the past. In fact, recently I was watching his status and he's like with a girl. I said, "Oh, my son, you met somebody." "Oh, yes, auntie." I said, "Thank you." Because for as long as you've answered Ndakonja's query, if it's a bank loan, if it's an export, if it's a product, if it's a connection, connect me to somebody, you will not sleep. That is somebody I will mentor anytime because they have a hunger that you don't need to do anything about. He will bug you. And then, please, I want to see my daughter-in-law. Thank you. Colleagues, that is my part goes to you. When the Israelites entered their promised land, now if you remember, Israel was established in 1948. It's 60 years old now. 60 something, very young state. Small state surrounded by enemies. Unemployment, it's a desert. They have no resources, no water, no gold, no diamonds. They just had each other. They said, guys, now we need to move to here. Ons moet hier zo werk. Capacidade. But even if we are working with our intellect, because we have no natural resources, we have no resources, what else can we use? They coined a frame called chutzpah. You can Google it later. Chutzpah is a spirit of can do, a spirit of I can, a spirit of nothing shall put me down, a spirit of no weapon formed against me shall prosper. It is a spirit. So as you go on, maybe we'll never meet again. I don't know. Because as far as I know, 2020 was the year of health. But 2021 is going to be the year of economy. But those people that are going to enjoy anything that the economy will deliver must have a spirit. Chutzpah. Say after me, chutzpah. Don't swallow your tongue. Say chutzpah. Mokule. Yes, look at the person next to you. I don't want to hear, send me airtime, please call me. I want to hear, are we together in the spirit of chutzpah? As I walk off stage, please say chutzpah and play the rest of my song, my brother. Thank you. Shalom.
The wind of freedom sweeping across Mama Africa. The wind of freedom sweeping across Mother Africa. Over there they say that, oh yeah, Africa, oh yeah, ooh, Amandla, oh wetu, aluta, la continua mawea, viva Africa, yeah, the wind of freedom, oh yeah, the wind of freedom, please, somebody don't stop the wind of freedom.
A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Don't stop.
Thank you. So, to everyone that is thinking or dreaming of entrepreneurship, Olafika SME Development and Mentorship Program is your answer, ladies and gentlemen. You are sitting at the right place. So it is now all up to you to just contact the ladies there. This is the right place for you to sign up and get into with the program. Meme Twapewa said something very powerful there also in her speech, which is how you talk to yourself matters, which I feel was very, very powerful. So speak with kindness every time you speak to yourself. Be kind to yourself and believe that you can achieve anything that you set your mind to. Thank you very much, Meme Twapewa. Can we please give her another round of applause? Thank you. Now, just to, again, loosen up a little bit, we already had a performance from Ms. Twapewa, which was lovely, and I'm glad everybody joined in it. We are going to have a performance now from Jaliza. Where is Jaliza? Jaliza, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Hey! Say! Everybody put your hands together. Hokata, kutuko. Hey! Kwasako say! Aha! Are you guys having fun? I can't hear you. Halakasha. Oh, it has said. Hossa, hossa, baby, hossa, hossa, baby, hossa. I'm going to wear a dequena. Consamare. Everybody's push hands together. Take going to wear a dequena. Consipama. Hey, hey, hey. Go ahead, guys. See that here. Hossa, hossa. Hush. Kwabama. Hey, Hush. Inside out, it's on me. I'll be there. Let's go. I love you, don't I say. Hey. I love you, don't I say. Oh. Aha. Aha. Shot. Hey. Kwekura munkati anu Haveda namsi anataka hake kawe. Hey, cha. Nadara. Hey, I tikhuro. I tikhuro titsadara anitsa ai tikhuro eh ai tikhuro cho hey hey cho 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 hey cho 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 aha aha hey everybody nadara aha aha I insada atita me I pay dara Katati dara Kitati dara Daera titama I isana atitami I pay dara komitsi Katati dara Kitati dara Daera titama Titadara Anida I dikhro I dikhro I do cho 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 hey hey cho 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 Titandara. Everybody push your hands together. Can we jump a little bit? Titandara. Osa. I tikhro. I tikhro. I tikhro. I tikhro. I tikhro. I tikhro. Aha! This is gonna be our last song. Are you guys ready? The second last song. Dit ons kenesa. Tidak krikusen. Chalisa, tira kerrakai, sira koki, asal ubadaniko. Neridi, no didi, hey, neridi, no didi, neridi, no didi, neridi, no didi, check. Hey, do you like it? No didi boy. I love a Charlie. Hey, hey, say, Charlisa, did I get right there? Did I go clean? I said, oh, what I need. Say, daddy, no diddy. Say, daddy, no diddy. Hey, daddy, no diddy. Hey, check. Feeling comfortable with this body that I got. Manikunana na nimi patuma titara musinsa. Shit, tita como hija kubukada, hija eiro sa wakara. Spisa marira ike sendo, iki ira going kubang mere. Sure. Do you want some more? Shalisa, did I get right? Tira kaki, asal uwaja. Nadi, hey, hey, Yes, sir. Woo. Okay, let's all stand up. This is gonna be our last song. Spooky Chiva vandaag, hè? It's a beautiful Saturday, right? Kom eens kat af, kom eens kat af. Daira no ni mi batusa. Daira no ni di batusa. Daira no ni kotisa. It's come de kasa. Dara ta ta sige. Kay sera kau kay te. Pri kay terra. Kay terra. Sa ngahama. O setara se. O setara dani se. Sats khatara kowe. Khavira sats kavira. Tomdere amangam tiro khuke. Amasats kamitarata. Amangam tutaha. Now to the heart, eh? Oh. Amangam sira huke. Amasats kamitarata. Amangam to the heart. Now to the heart.
Oh, come there. Jos, hey. Oi. Jalisa. Hey. Jos. Chocolate. Hey. Mamma mia. Oi. Hey. Hey. Ma. Jos, Jaliza, everybody, Jaliza, Jaliza, come back. People must know who you are. Hey, everybody, Jaliza. I'm so proud of you. Do you know who this lady is, guys? Everyone, go on your phones, follow her YouTube channel, Jaliline.
Chalisa.
You know the recently ended MTC Knockout project? So Madam TK was identified to perform as Chalisa. Yeah. Do you see those moves that she does behind here? So I was telling the management at MTC, those things Chalisa does, how will I do them? So we said she must come and show you live. I'm so proud of you. You are electrifying. Every event, corporate, please book our artists. Ne? I want to see them soaring. Olafika, the time is now. Bless you.
A round of applause. That was so lovely, so energetic. We love it. I'm sure that everybody else enjoyed it. I could see some moves that were happening here in this room. So please give yourselves also a round of applause because you were dancing very well. We are celebrating the graduation ceremony of our 77 graduates, and we are having so much fun. We are so happy that we have partners that made this event possible, and it will not have happened without their support. And once again, NDTC, CAS, Ali, and LED which is our Olafika partners. And also a thank you once again to our award sponsors, Standard Bank, Sanlam, Dinapama, Nedbank, Bank of Namibia, and Telecom. Thank you very much for being part of this very initiative. Well, moving on to our program, just to cool off a little bit while we're still sitting, we are going to have a keynote speaker addressed now by Mr. Kennedy Liswani, who is a multi-award winning African entrepreneur and speaker. And he's an entrepreneur and the founder of the African Achievers Award. Mr. Kennedy.
Which one is working? Guys, disclaimer, this is a setup, and I'm going to sue Tuapewa. You know why? You have Tuapewa speaking, you have an electrifying performance, and then they put me on stage. What am I supposed to do? Tuapewa, my lawyers are talking to you on Monday. I feel like this is a setup. But you see, as an entrepreneur, whether it was deliberate or not, I feel like Tuapewa planned this. Like, okay, he thinks he got it right. Okay, let me see what he's got. Tuapewa, call the police after this for homicide. I'm a Christian. But when I speak, I never introduce myself. It doesn't make sense for me to introduce myself. I've already been introduced. But as I go into my speech, I shall let you know who I am. And being a Christian, let me start this off with a... You know what? Now, before I start off with my keynote, there are things that I need to mention. Why it's so hot in here. Contrary to popular belief, as Tuapewa previously alluded to, it's not because of the aircon. When I'm present, the temperature increases. No, seriously, that's what happens, all right? And I wanted to add on to something that was mentioned. Ladies, you can see the ring is on this side. So when I was listening to Tuapewa, and I think Tuapewa needed to ask a question that I've been asking all these years, and that was, show me a coffee shop in Katutura. Show me one coffee shop in Katutura where people decently sit down and have conversations. Don't worry, I'll wait. Why? I'm not gonna expect an answer, but I want you to go tonight. Go home and ask yourself, why is there no coffee shop in Katutura where people sit down and discuss business? Go ask yourself that question tonight. All right? So, the shoe fits and I have to wear it. I'm the keynote speaker for the evening. Like I said, I'm a Christian man. I believe in God. Everybody believes in something. And there's a verse that I was introduced to by one of my mentors, and it says, it's Psalm 2, verse 8, and it says, ask me, and I will make the nations your inheritance, the ends of the earth your possessions. That is written in the Bible. You know, if you read Tuapewa's book, or if you read my book, they can inform you. But the great book, the Bible, will transform you. Wisdom, knowledge. If you read the book of Proverbs, every night, one verse. After a week, you might just call Mark Zuckerberg and say, listen, I'm coming for your empire. You are my friend. Now I'm ready. Yeah? So ask me, and I will make the nations your inheritance, the end of the earth your possessions. That is written in the Bible. What is God saying? Frafeme, Porange. Another language. Yeah, yes. Eh? Ask of me. Right? So I'm not a political speaker. I'm not a politician. I don't like formal speeches. I like speaking and interacting with people. And by that, I like telling stories. Where am I from? As Kennedy Liswani. Kenny Liswani. Now, when I speak, people often ask me, what fun? Without Japanese now. You understand? So don't worry about my surname. Just know that I'm a struggle child. All right, I'm one of, no, not the ones that are robots, but we are same WhatsApp. All right. So there's a story. The year is 1995. I think I was in grade 4. Not grade 4, grade 5. Can't quite remember. And those of you who are old enough will remember the Moreau Park swimming pool. Who remembers the Moreau Park swimming pool? It's called Moreau Mall now, but back in the days, there was a Moreau Park swimming pool. Now, at the swimming pool, there were 3 structures or 3 swimming pools. There was the baby pool, there's the Olympic-sized swimming pool, and then the one with the diving boards, 3 meters, 3 meters, 5 meters, and 7 meters. Every weekend, my parents would send. I'm the firstborn, and then, or I was the firstborn, but I'm still the firstborn. I have not been introduced to somebody who was born. You know, in Africa, you think you are the firstborn, and then, at the funeral, at the father's funeral, you are no longer the firstborn. But yeah, either way, so I still remain the firstborn, right? So I'm still the firstborn, and then a brother after me, and then sister after me, and then little sister was born after that. So every Sunday, my parents would send us to the swimming pool. It's me, my little brother, and my little sister, and with the older cousin of mine who was schooling at Augustinium. Her name is Lugodi. So they would give her strict instructions. Now remember, I was swimming at school. I could swim. I can swim. Contrary to popular belief that black people can't swim. I can swim. You know, apart from the fact that if you look at me now, right, don't get my light in complexion fool you. Just the fact that I'm light in complexion. Like, I spend a lot of time in the sun. When I said light in complexion, some people was like, what? Yeah, yes. I'm light in complexion. I believe I am, therefore I am. All right. Okay. So my parents would send us, me and my siblings, to the swimming pool with my cousin, and strict instructions were, do not allow any of them to swim in the Olympic pool or in the diving pool. They must all swim in the baby pool. I'm 9 years old. I can start a family at 9. You don't know. All right? So I looked at my cousin. Every time she turns her back, I'm in the Olympic-sized swimming pool. As soon as she turns around, I'm in the baby pool. Because I just felt, I didn't feel right swimming in the baby pool. But I swam most of the time there. And I could always hear my father's voice. If I see you in any other swimming pool, you will deal with me when you come home. I said I will abide. I will not break the rules. I'll stay in the baby pool. This particular Sunday, what happened was there was a child who jumped into the pool, and I could tell this kid was twice my size. When I was around 8, 9, I was really skinny. Now I go to the gym. That's why I'm big, right? That's why I'm big now. I gym a lot. Huh? No, seriously, that's why I'm so masculine now. I go to the gym every day. I don't miss. 5 o'clock, I'm in the gym. Lunch in the gym. Afternoon, I'm in the gym. That's why I'm big like this. So, but then when I was smaller, I was slightly skinnier. Now, this kid jumped. Listen to this. Listen to this. And I want you to pay attention. This kid was twice my size, jumped into the pool, and he kept on moving towards the deeper side of the swimming pool. I looked at him and I said, man, I know that kid from somewhere, man. And then I remembered, yeah, man, I've seen him on the Oros bottle. Yeah, it's him. Because he had rings around him. He was really chubby. So I recognized the kid from the Oros bottle, right? Because he was really well fed. And as he kept on moving towards the deeper side of the pool, I realized he was struggling to come up for air. And I'm like, Eish. Ding, 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 ding. Who remembers Baywatch? So, the whole scene played in my head, me in my red shorts, running, throwing the red thing, jumping in with Pamela Anderson behind me, jumping in, getting him out. And then by the time that scene was done playing in my head, ladies and gentlemen, I was on the pavement of the swimming pool, pulling out that kid from the swimming pool. I saved him from drowning. I think I deserve a round of applause. I saved a life. So, as we standing there, I could hear a voice, what happened here? And I could also hear my father's voice, why did you go in that pool? And I could hear my cousin, you're going to put me in trouble, why did you? But nobody asked, or nobody congratulated and said, wow, young man, you did an honorable job. It was just, why did you? You could have killed yourself. The two of you would have died. Da, 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 da. And I said, it's okay. And then I think her supervisor or cousin or mother came and said, what happened here? And I said, no, he was in the pool. I saw him. I did my whole Baywatch thing. And I dived in and I got him and I put him here. And it's like, okay, young man, excuse me, what happened here? And I came in front of her and said, yeah, so I dived in and then I took him out. And she's like, young boy, stop playing around. This is a serious matter. I said, I saved this kid. And they just took the boy away and they walked off. Now, here's my theory. My theory is that boy who was drowning is what is happening to Africa today. You, as African entrepreneurs or aspiring African entrepreneurs, are who I was 25 years ago. The kids suffocating and drowning, that is where Africa is today. Now, there's a voice in your head as you're watching that kid suffocating. It's a voice that says, save the child, save Africa. But then there's another voice that tells you, I don't have permission. I need to ask for permission. I need to ask for somebody's permission. That is the voice that is happening. That is the voice that is currently in your head. There's a voice that's telling you, jump in the water. Save that kid. But you're telling yourself, there's a voice that says, I need permission to jump in the water. What if I drown myself? What if I get in trouble? What if I fail at trying to save that child? What if? What if I fail? I don't have permission. Who am I? There are lifeguards. Earlier on, Twapewa spoke about opportunity, and I said, there is the opportunity, drowning. You have an opportunity to save that continent, that country. But you're asking yourself, what if? I often look at guys, and I always challenge my friends, those who are single. I think I have 2 friends. Okay, guys, I don't have friends, but no, you see, they are sisters. You are a sister. You're not a friend. You're my sister. You can never be my friend. So I always challenge them. You see that girl there, she's sitting. Look at her fingers. There's no ring. I dare you. Go ask for her number. And the first question, like, what if she says no? Yeah, and then are you going to die? What if she is your wife? What if she is your future wife? And that is exactly what played in my mind at that specific point in time. So, no, let's not get there. So, some of you might be familiar with my journey as an entrepreneur. A few years ago, I had the privilege and the present. I had the privilege to be in the presence of some of the brightest and most successful entrepreneurs and investors on the continent, and I also had the honor of representing my continent as five. Listen to this, if you can count. What started out as a journey of 3,500 participants ended up as five. So I had the honor of representing my continent as five, the last five finalists in China at the Global Startup Awards because of an idea that my friends told me, what if you fail? What if you don't succeed? And I had the opportunity of meeting some of these people, right? And what most people don't hear, you read in the newspaper, young entrepreneur wins an award in Southern Africa, founder of the year. That was a real award. Namibia best newcomer. That was a real award. Business Hall of Fame and all this. But what people don't understand, and what most entrepreneurs or aspiring entrepreneurs don't understand, and they don't want to find out, is in between all these successes, I'm not interested in your successes. Tell me about your failures. Ladies and gentlemen, I had to sell my house. I had to sell my car. I was homeless for a week, lived in my car. Okay, well, I wasn't that homeless. I was just like, I want to try this thing out, man, so that I can just put it in my story also. Huh? Yeah, I was basically guest house after guest. Yeah, semi-homeless. So I had to put it in my story. Like, guys, let me tell you, I want to tell you now, have you ever seen $1 million in cash? Have you ever? Neither have I. But, either way. So I want to put that in my story one day. I was homeless, and then now, in my safe, just in case Corona wipes out everyone, I have $1 million in my house. You understand what I'm saying? But I can't tell you about the $1 million. What I can tell you is I lost everything. Everything. At one point in my life, I lost everything. All I had was my car, petrol, and I needed to start over. And there is often a story or a question entrepreneurs are asked. Who do you bet your money on as an entrepreneur? All right? And the question is, if I give you 5 entrepreneurs with brilliant ideas, where do you invest your money? On the entrepreneur or the idea? Never invest on the idea. All right, and I'm going to give you an example. An example is everybody here is on Facebook, and everybody here is on Instagram, and everybody has Microsoft. Mark Zuckerberg's first idea was never Facebook. He had investors for five or 6 of his first ideas, but they kept coming back and they said, I don't invest in ideas, I invest in the entrepreneur. And the saying goes, never invest in a horse, always invest in the jockey. Because the jockey, if that horse breaks down, if he breaks his leg, he will tell you that, listen, don't worry, my brother, you lost money, I'll get you another horse. So it's not about the entrepreneurs or the graduates that are here. It's not about their ideas. It's about who they are. Are we together? All right. Now, we're living in an age of the 4th industrial revolution, and everything is digital. All right. And we often ask ourselves this question, as an entrepreneur, what is my focus? What is my obligation? What are my objectives? What is it that I should contribute to my continent? I'm going to say something that might offend or some people might not agree with. Our core purpose as entrepreneurs is not just to create jobs. Gone are those days of just creating jobs. Our greatest challenge today as entrepreneurs is to create opportunities for others to create wealth and not just jobs. When you say that your principle, your core objective as an entrepreneur is just to create jobs, factory number one, I just want people to come work. You are creating machines. How do you give the people who you're creating opportunities for an opportunity, an equal opportunity to create wealth? That is you and I's principle and objective as an entrepreneur or as a graduate of the Olafika program tonight. If you want to change a life, you don't change a life by giving. They say, teach a man how, or give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. Teach him how to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. And teaching a man how to fish, exactly what the Olafika program is doing today is giving the opportunity, empowering these young people to be able to create wealth for themselves so that they can empower other young people so that they can also create wealth for themselves. It's a never-ending process. It doesn't end here. You know, I want to take you back 1906 when an American industrialist by the name of Henry Ford, started a company called Ford. You know, just say Twapewa Kwadikwa Institute of, you know, they like same WhatsApp group. All right. So when this man started a company called Ford, and I think what he started, if you, has anyone who's from a certain village? And just put your hands up so I can have an idea. Who's from a certain village? Who wasn't born in Windhoek and there's never been to a village, right? Have you ever seen a Ford? You know the Ford Bucky? Yeah, we had one. It's still there in Ongwediva. Despite the fact that my surname is Liswani, so I'm like from Ongwediva. So we still have that Ford. And Ford, the first car or the first automobile was created by Henry Ford, right? And I say Henry Ford's invention or innovation brought us here today in the literal sense. Who came with a car? He literally brought us here today. So his invention was so important because before the automobile, the mode of transportation to carry goods from one place to another or people from one place to another was a horse. So, and then legend has it that they asked Henry Ford one day, they said, Henry Ford, you created the Model T, the Model Y. Your vehicle was the first commercialized vehicle. How did you do it? And why is it that you just did it without listening to people? And he said, you see, growing up as a young boy, I've always asked for permission to do things. And he said, if I had gone to people and asked them, what do you want me to innovate in as far as mobility is concerned? They would have said, so, Mr. Henry, we from here to Okanja, we are using horses, right? Just get us a faster horse. That is the answer he would have gotten if he had asked for permission. He said, listen, I need you to tell me, how do I get people from Okahanja to Windhoek? How do I get goods from Windhoek to Okahanja? remember at the time, people, familiarity breeds content. People are familiar with horses at the time. So what do I need to do? They'll tell you, hey, listen, like, create something so the horses can be faster, man. No one would have said, get something with a combustion engine, 4 wheels, a gearbox, transmission that can move at the speed of light from here to there. They would have said, give us a faster horse. Now, Henry Ford did not ask for permission from anyone to go ahead with this innovation. And again, I'd like to divert my attention back to the graduates that are currently listening or seated in this room. You know, we have this disease, we have corona. No, that's not, it's not the disease we have. We have this problem where if you go to any Namibian entrepreneur and you say, how far do you want to take your goods? They will tell you, no, I'd want to take my goods to Kietmans, I'd want to take my goods to Swakop, and I want to take my goods to the north, northeast, northwest Katima, and so forth. And it's really discouraging as an entrepreneur, right? I've traveled this continent, I've been to a few countries. But my biggest problem is always when you speak to Namibian entrepreneurs, they tell you, no, like, I just want here, like, to do a small thing. Now, when it comes to a small thing, let me tell you guys a story. I speak to Twapewa every now and then. And whenever I mention small business or small that, Twapewa says, hey, change how you speak, man. It's not like a small thing, it's a big thing. And so one of my lawyers, and there's a loan that I need to pay. It's like a small loan. So after this, I'm going to Tapewa. I say, Tapewa, you see these small things you're always talking about? I have a big problem now. Can you solve it? Right? So when I come to you, I'm not talking about small things anymore. I need a big loan, not like a small loan. All right? So, and that is the challenge that we face as African entrepreneurs. We think of Namibia. I say, yes, start small, but think global. Start local, but think global. Think Nigeria. Think Ghana. You know, I'm going to mention these countries. If you have a piece of pen and paper, think Ghana, Nigeria, South Africa, Kenya. I believe, if you are not doing business in any of these countries and you call yourself an entrepreneur, if you don't have contacts in Ghana, Kenya, Nigeria, South Africa, you are not taking advantage of the opportunities that this very continent provides to us as African entrepreneurs. How do you know he's the first? Yeah, but either way, a round of applause. All right? So if we really want to change the economic landscape of African nations, we need to stop asking for permission. If we are to lead this great continent to prosperity, whereby poverty, income disparities are the thing of colonial times, we need to stop asking for permission. When African liberation struggle heroes, the likes of the Sam Nujoma, Julius Nyerere, and our very own Dr. Sam Shafishuna Nujoma, when they decided to take up arms to fight colonial masters who had disregard for human rights, they didn't ask for permission. They went and they did it. They liberated us. They created the platform that we have today, the one that so many young people take advantage of. They didn't ask for permission. When I saved that kid from drowning, that specific day at the swimming pool, I could have called my father. We didn't have cell phones. I would have gone to the telecom and say, "Tate, man, that's a light key, so ne, leg is al come and canicom." Yeah, but I went in, I jumped, and I didn't ask for permission. I jumped in because I saw Africa drowning. I saw an opportunity. I saw something that would either begin something new or will end something that exists. And that is what I saw. So, the name Olafika, for those of you that don't understand what Olafika means, it means Ola, like the time, Fika is here. All right? And we take it very lightly when people say the time is here. The time is here for what? What time? To do what? We in a continent, and guys, if you listen to me very carefully, you will never hear me speak of Namibia. I don't live in Namibia. I live on the African continent. I don't innovate or create products or solutions for the Namibian market. 2.5 million, 1.3 billion sounds sexier to me. And if I fail at selling at 1.3 billion people and I only sell 10%, 130 million, guys, I'd be arriving just to talk here in a helicopter. So start small, start local, think global. Just start. When should you start? Now. Why? Because Efimbo Olafika. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kennedy Luswani. Thank you very much.
Round of applause. Thank you very much, Mr. Luswani. That was very insightful. That was very inspiring, very motivating.